Good afternoon and welcome back to Field 1 here at Paul Masola in Bradenton, Florida. The final game of the week here in the FGCL, and it's a battle between two teams neck and neck in the FGCL standings. The DeSoto Queens 8-3 on the summer, but losers of 3 in a row, and the Bradenton Slice 7-4, looking to sweep the series against the Queens. Game 1, a dramatic comeback. The Queens led 7-0, but the Slice came back and won it 11-10 in walk-off fashion. Game 2 was a dominant performance from the Slice, 14-5 in 5 innings, a run rule victory to win the series, and now they'll look for the sweep against the Queens, who will look to bounce back and get on the right foot going into the off day tomorrow and all the action next week. Glad that you're with us. Gray Robertson alongside producer Gracie. Back behind me keeping score. Here is the starting lineup for the 8-3 Queens, coached by Presley Pylon. Taya Charlton, one of the most dangerous bats in the league, will play center and lead off. Sophia Grillo, the catcher, is batting second. Hitting third is the DP Bella Ruggiero. Shortstop Jemiah Byram will clean up in the 4th spot. Anna Land is playing first, batting 5th. Maya Doyle, the third baseman, hits 6th. Natalia Colon, the second baseman, will hit 7th. Carissa Howells out in left, batting 8th. Batting 9th is Ava Blakely, the right fielder. And in the 10 spot is Sav Lewis. And they're facing in the circle the sophomore rising junior, righty out of Walter State Community College from Tazewell, Georgia, Emma Myatt. Myatt with the top ERA on the Slice team, 2.49 her mark, a 2-0 record, 19 2/3 innings, 27 hits, 12 runs, 7 earned, 8 walks, and 8 strikeouts. As always, hit us up. This is one of the games of the weekend, so send me a tweet at Gray, Gray_Robertson. We will read it on the air. Let us know where you're watching and who you're pulling for. The Georgia Bulldog, Ty Charlton, will lead off. Oh and 1. Charlton certainly in the mix for an award of some sort. MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, who's to say? Why? Because she's hitting .607, 17 of 28 with 14 RBIs, 3 homers, 2 triples, 2 doubles, and 13 runs, a .694 on-base percentage for Charlton. She was 2 for 3 with an RBI. Charlton, hot shot that just got right by the shortstop Molitor. And Charlton's digging for 2. How about a leadoff double for Taya? I don't know how you feel that if you're Molitor. It just got on her so fast. Gracie said pray. 3rd double for Charlton. And a good start for the Queens. Defense for the Slice looks like this. Outfield, left to right, Gardner, Shaw, and Lamar. Shavers over at 3rd, Molitor at short, Bross at 2nd, Holt J at 1st, Brinkman behind the dish. Here's Sophia Grillo. She'll take strike 1. Grillo in the portal, coming from South Carolina. 231 average, 6 of 26 with 4 RBIs, a homer, 6 runs, 375 on base percentage. I mean, when you're pitching in this league, you kind of just got to concede that Charlton's going to hit you at some point. Just as long as she doesn't give up a bomb. Charlton safe at 3rd on the wild pitch. Two and 1 on Grillo. Queens trying to set the tone here in game 3, and Grillo will do just that. Charlton will score. Sophia Grillo's thinking 2. She'll stand up there. RBI double. It's 1-0. Back-to-back 2-baggers For the Queens, third in the FGCL in batting average. The stats have dipped a little bit in this series, but still so many dangerous weapons, including Bella Ruggiero, the Florida State Seminole, who stands at the plate. Good block by Brinkman. Bella, 18 of 31, 581 average, 9 RBIs, a homer, a double, 13 runs scored, 639 on-base percentage. The biggest question for the Queens is what can the back half of the order give them, because the top half is always going to give some sort of production. 2-1. I think that's why we're seeing Amaya Doyle down in the 6th spot today for Presley Pylon. Ball 4. Sixth walk drawn by Ruggiero. First and second, nobody out. Now comes Brittany Purser to have a word with Emma Myatt as Shemaya Byram gets ready to hit. Byram, 11 of 33, 333 average, 15 RBIs. That's good for third alone entering today in the FGCL. 3 homers, 2 doubles, 8 runs. And here's the amazing thing. Top 6 in RBIs in the FGCL, 5 of them are in this game. Lexi Shaver, Emma Brinkman, Layla Lamar for the Slice, and for the Queens, Charlton and Byram. The only one on that list not playing on this field right now is Sydney Lamott, who's about to play on the other field for the Pioneers. Awards are going to be hard this year. Everybody getting reset. Liberty Flame, Jemiah Byram. Outside ball 1. One and 1. One and 2. Well, Myatt's biggest weapon this summer has been her changeup. It's very hard to pick up. It dips low in the zone. On the ground to short. Molitor bobbled it briefly, and they'll say Ruggiero's safe at second. And we're going to get a challenge from the Slice here. Stand by just a moment as Gracie and I take a look. Overturned, out. So, I think I turned the mic on. A successful challenge. As Ruggiero's out at second, they're on the corners. As Byram reaches on the fielder's choice, 1 gone. Anna Land, Georgia Military College. Runner goes, no throw from Brinkman. Stolen base for Byram. It's her first of the summer. And ball 1 to Land. There's that change, 1-1. Land 4 of 21, 190 average, 2 RBIs, 4 runs scored, 320 batting average, or I should say OBP. 1-2. 1-0 Queens, looking for more. Oh, it ate up Molitor. And a run will score. Byram State at second, 2-0 as Grillo crosses. And it should be and will be an RBI for Land. Now 2-0 Queens. And already a quick pitching change for the Slice. It'll be Nesbitt coming in for Emma Myatt. I'll tell you about Nesbitt in just a moment. So first and second, 1 out for the Queens, top of the first, and already a pitching change for the Bradenton Slice as Brittany Purser dips into the pin and grabs the incoming freshman going to Liberty, Caitlin Nesbitt. Nesbitt on the year with a 4.67 ERA, 15 innings, 1-1 record, 16 hits, 17 runs, 10 earned, 9 walks, and 9 strikeouts. Myatt goes a third of an inning, 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 1 walk, and no strikeouts. She can re-enter, and I frankly would be kind of shocked if she doesn't at some point later. Although maybe the Slice is going true all-staff today. Try and keep the Queens off balance. Amaya Doyle is going to be the first hitter to face Nesbitt, Tennessee Lady Vol, who's hitting .500. 13 of 26 with 8 RBIs, a homer, a double, and 6 runs. See if Nesbitt is able to work both sides of the plate. She threw in game 1 and mainly worked away. Just said away was what she was feeling that day. But she can come inside as well. And she can do a pretty good job of it. One and one. First and second for the Queens. Three and one. Doyle out to right. Lamar stops it. Byram is coming home, and no throw from Bross. 3-0 Queens on the RBI single by Doyle. Now the stage set for Natalia Colon. Longwood product. Trying to keep things going here in the first. Good first inning for the Queens as they try and set the tone here in the third game of the series. Colon 6 for 22, 273 average. 2 RBIs, 9 runs scored. Has walked 6 times, so OBP near 500. Colon, high chopper. That'll get through the middle. Land took a big turn, but then she'll head back to third. They are loaded for the Queens here in the first. Carissa Howell can make quite the dent in the portal coming from Liberty. Outside, 1-0. Howell 7 of 26, 269. 6 RBIs, a homer, 2 doubles, 5 runs, 472 on base percentage. Queens have come out focused here today. To Brosh, she couldn't field it cleanly, and then Doyle ran for home. It's 5-0. That's the second error of the inning. And now time is a slice chat, E4. Now just looking for that second out. Ava Blakely from Lamar. Try and keep pushing for this Queens offense. She's hitting .318, has 4 RBIs. Strike one from Nesbitt. 7 of 22 for Blakely. All 7 hits are singles. She scored 6 times. Well, the Queens wanted to right some wrongs here today. They're off to a darn good start. 5 runs here in the first before the Slice offense has even had a chance to hit. Over to first. Holt J's got it. The throw to second won't be in time. Now to the 10th hitter of the inning, Sav Lewis. Looking for a new home from Salt Lake Community College. Hard foul. Watch out, Taya Charlton. 0-1. Lewis, 9 for 27 with 4 RBIs, a double and 9 runs. Now, if you're Nesbitt, you've got to end the inning right here. Because if you don't, A, that probably means either base is loaded or at least one more run in. B, it means Charlton is going to hit with runners on. Slapped. Short. Molitor. Over to first in time. And we might have a challenge here. Hold on. We do have a challenge from Presley Pylon, and we will take a look right now. So the call is upheld and the inning ends. And we go to the bottom of the first. Slice with work to do. Queens up 5. Here's the starting lineup for the Bradenton Slice as the Queens come out with a cushion 5-0. Slice, though, knows how to come back against the Queens, so don't leave yet. Here's the lineup for Brittany Purser. Pretty much business as usual. Kylie Shaw, the center fielder, leads off. Lexi Shaver over at third, bats second. Ella Dodge, the DP today, is hitting third. Layla Lamar in right, bats fourth. Emma Brinkman, the catcher's in the 5 spot. Grace Molitor, the shortstop, bats sixth. Precious Bross is at second, hitting 7th. Riley Gardner, the left fielder, is in the 8 hole. And Lily Holtjay is turning it over in the 9 spot. They're facing the portaled and has found a new home, but I'm not sure if I can say it yet. Pitcher for the Queens, Maddie Furness, who struggled here in this series against the Slice. Ball 1 to Kylie Shaw. Furness a 5, well, it's a 6, an ERA right at 6.00. 25 2/3. She's 4-2. 28 hits, 25 runs, 22 earned, 18 walks, 31 Ks. Shaw on the ground to short. Stopped by Byram, and there's the first out. Defense for the Queens. Howell in left. Charlton in center. Blakely in right. Doyle at third. Byram at short. Cologne at second. Land at first. Grillo behind the plate. Now Lexi Shaver, who's become quite a story, officially in the transfer portal. One of our interns here at the FGCL. And she takes the first pitch out to center field. Charlton backs up, and Shaver has sent it out. Look at the power. Shaver with her 6th home run of the summer. And the Slice is on the board. Took the first pitch she saw out to deep center, and off the bat, I kind of thought it was just going to be a regular old F8, and just kept going. So they're clear now for the Tennessee Lady Vol, Ella Dodge, who's 12 of 33 this summer. 364 batting average, 6 RBIs, a homer, 4 doubles, and 10 runs. 462 on base percentage, drew a very impressive walk on Thursday in the comeback win. There's a strike, 1-1. Outside, 2-1. Let's check the Twitter. No messages yet. Again, you can hit me up, Gray_Robertson on the X. Three and 1 on Dodge. The Queens know as well as anybody. I mean, you cannot just grab a lead and think you can coast against a slice. They're going to make a push. It took a while in game 1 of this series. Game 2 a little bit more immediate. Ball 4. Dodge is aboard. Her 5th walk this summer. And up comes Layla Lamar. Now tied for 3rd with 5 home runs. She's hitting .455 with 14 RBIs, which is top 6 in the FGCL. There's 5 bombs, 2 doubles, 14 runs. She is also quite impressively, I'm going to knock on a little wood to help out Layla because I don't want to jinx her, but she has not struck out this summer. There are a couple slice hitters who have not K'd. And Lamar won't strike out here. Instead, it's another hit. Base hit to left. 2 on, 1 out. Up comes Emma Brinkman. Another Portal kid. Got off to a torrid start this summer. 6 for 6 with 4 doubles. Currently hitting .536, 15 of 28 with 14 RBIs, a homer, 6 two-baggers, and 6 runs. She'll take strike 1. One and one. Brinkman up the middle. Dodge tiptoed out of the way. She's rounding 3rd. Great throw by Charleston, but it's cut. RBI single for Brinkman. It's 5-2 slice. Trailing by 3 to the Queens now. So it's going to be one of those games, huh? Producer Gracie's nodding. Strike 1 to Grace Molitor. Arizona State Sun Devil is hitting .346 as a courtesy runner is going to come out. It'll be Shaw. Molitor 9 of 26, 4 RBIs, 2 homers, 4 doubles, 7 runs. Chopper to 3rd. Doyle will step on the bag and get the force. Good communication right there. Because her teammates were telling her, go 3, go 3. Now 2 gone for Precious Bross. Newest South Carolina Gamecock. Transferring there from Georgia. Bross in the air to right. Blakely is going to settle, and that'll end the inning. Slice does find an answer, and here we go after 1. 5-2 Queens. Well, just like to start the game, Queens have a top of the order due up here in the second. Charlton, Grillo, Ruggiero. Ty Charlton doubled and scored in the first. That was against Emma Myatt. Now she's facing Caitlin Nesbitt. Drop in is too low, 1-0. Periodically throughout the day, we'll give you scoreboard updates of the other field with Tom Canterbury over there, my broadcast partner for a decade now. Kind of wild. That got away, 2-0. They're in the bottom of the first, Rodeo and Pioneers. Oh boy. If game 3 is like games 1 and 2, I might have to bring Tom his dinner. No score, bottom 1. Three and 0. And ball 4. Charlton draws the leadoff walk. Worst things than walking Ty Charlton. 9th free pass of the summer. That brings up Sophia Grillo, RBI double and a run in the first. First pitch low. Two and out. Three and out. There's ball 4. Back-to-back 4-pitch walks. And Purser's going to come out and make a change. So it is truly all staff today as the slice goes for the sweep. That means Nesbitt's burned. And it's going to be Aubrey Yarnell. We'll tell you about her when we come back. New pitcher is the lefty from Charlotte, Aubrey Yarnell. And hello to Michelle if she's watching. 4.05 ERA with the slice. Has thrown a little bit with the impact. 2-1 record. 19 innings, 24 hits, 11 runs, all earned, 7 walks, and 17 strikeouts. In for Nesbitt, who went 2/3 of an inning, 2 hits, 1 run. It was unearned, 2 walks, and no Ks. Yarnell in to face Ruggiero with runners on first and second. First pitch flared towards short. Molitor makes the catch. That brings up Jemiah Byram, hit into a fielder's choice in the first. Later came around to score. Remember, both teams are out of their challenges, so no more reviews in this game. Ball one from the lefty Yarnell. Jeremiah Byram out of Henderson, Kentucky. Out to center field over the head of Shaw. Base of the fence. This will score Charlton. Molitor holds it. RBI single for Byram. And it's 6-2 Queens. Now Anna Land reached on an error and scored her first time up. Technically an RBI because the run would have scored. Queens making a statement. Land out of Gray, Georgia. Great city name, if I do say so myself. That's foul ball. 1-1. Well, I'm sure this is good for Presley Pylon, head coach for the Queens over in the third base side. Played at Baylor and LSU, finished up in Waco. Leading the way for the Queens. Outs have just been hard to come by for slice pitching here in this game. Queens have looked locked in. Land out to right. Lamar is going to play it. Grillo tags up. The throw to Brinkman won't get Grillo coming in to score, and the sac fly makes it 7-2 as over at first base, Byram is able to take second. And here's a Maya Doyle RBI single and a run scored in the first. Waits and fouls it off. 0-1. Doyle from Carterville, Illinois. Got a lot of opportunities. 55 at-bats as a freshman for Karen Weekly at Tennessee. Did have a home run in Norman in the series against Oklahoma. Series that Tennessee won at Love's Field, which is hard to do, trust me. Doyle to center field. Shaw will come up. The throw home is cut. They're on the corners. 2 for 2 day for Amaya Doyle.
The way she cut that was awesome.
Natalia Colon singled her first time up. 6 hits already for the Slice, or I should say for the Queens against Slice pitching. Not even through the second inning. 7 runs on the board. Cologne towards deep short. Molitor makes the catch. Inning over. But the Queens answer with 2 runs. See what the Slice has. Down by 5 once again. Slice looking to start something here in the bottom of the second, but the Queens have been aggressive, focused, impressive on offense. 7-2 your score. 8-9-1 for the Slice as the head coach Brittany Purser crosses in front of us here in the press box. It's Gardner, Holtjay, and Shaw. Maddie Furness back out in the circle. First pitch ball to the Portaler Riley Gardner coming from Minnesota. Riley hitting .308, 8 of 26. Show bunt, pulled it back, 2-0. She's got 3 RBIs, a double, 6 runs scored, 379 OBP. Slapped over to third. Doyle's throw is perfectly in time for the first out. Which will send up Lily Holtjay. Went from Arizona State to Florida Atlantic. She's hit it very well in this series. Brought the average up to 400, 8 of 20 with 8 RBIs. Her first pitch is going to drop foul. She's got 1 home run that was in this series, a double, 3 runs. Looking to turn it over with Shaw waiting on deck. Both these teams trying to keep pace with the Squeeze and Aquanauts in the standings, who both won today. Queens trying to end a 3-game losing streak. Slice trying to get a sweep. Ooh, that almost hit the backside of the foot for Holtjay. 1-1. Furness snares it. 2 down. Holtjay didn't even let go of the bat. Back to the top of the order. Good little PFP work from Maddie Furness. Now Kylie Shaw, newest Auburn Tiger. Hitting .459 entering today, but 0 for 1 with a ground out. Take strike 1. Kylie started at Florida, went in the portal, and had picked Auburn when she got here. The practice day. She told me where she was going, and I said, oh, cool. Estero, Florida native. Enrolled early with Tim Walton and the Gators last year. Furness is moving it today, 1-2. Brittany Purser, head coach at Walter State. Another year with the Slice. Kept the team's belief up when they were down 7-0 in game 1. Ooh, man. I got the hand of Shaw. I think she's going to say she's good. That was very loud, which is never a good thing. They're going to bring Shaw the oven mitt. So Shaw's okay. She says she's good. That's going to sting for a minute. What it does do is bring up the home run hitter Lexi Shaver. Solo shot in the first. And now you got speed on base. So anything in the gap, there's going to be a shot. The Slice will get a run back here in the second. But of course, Shaver, I think, thinking bigger. Strike one. Unless Lamont has done something, which I don't believe she has. Shaver with 18 RBIs now leads the FGCL. On the ground, Byram will step on the bag before Shaw can get there. And that'll end the inning. 2 out hit by pitch, but not much damage. We're through 2, 7-2 Queens. All right, we're here in the third. The Queens will have the bottom of the order, Howell, Blakely, and Lewis due up. And in the circle, from Tennessee, making her first appearance of the summer, is the redshirt freshman last year, Ella Dodge. 4th pitcher of a day for the Slice. Dodge just said something about going back to the olden days. So if the Dodge family is watching and or listening, let me know Ella's pitching repertoire, because I've never seen her throw. Yarnell went an inning, 2 hits, no runs, no walks, no Ks. Howell will start off for the Queens here in the third. No one misses high, 1-0. Carissa Howell reached on an error back in the first, drove in a run. That's a roller over to third. Shaver cuts it off and gets the out. And Ella Dodge is in the book. 1 down. Up comes Ava Blakely, ground out in the first. Ball 1. Two and out. Blakely from Wesley Chapel, Florida, freshman last year for Lamar. Fouled off. This is quite the secret weapon if it works. Ella Dodge. 2-1. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Dodge gets the strikeout. This is sick. 2 down. Ella Dodge hadn't thrown all summer. She rolls in, gets 2 quick outs against an offense that's seeing everybody well. What? Sav Lewis grounded out in the first. And interesting to hear the communication. I mean, Dodge just asked Lily Holche, hey, what'd she do? As in Lewis, her first time up. I think Dodge is going to stay away. Oop, came in, fouled back, 0-2. Just outside, 2-2. Slap to left, that's down. Lewis will reach on the base hit. 2-out single for the Queens. And now, here we go. It was all fun and games. Now Ella Dodge is going to have to face Taya Charlton. She scored twice, a double and a walk. Strike one. Clearly, Dodge not afraid to come inside. Oh my. 0-2. I got an audible reaction from Taya Charlton. Now got past Brinkman. Charlton to third, and Shaver makes the catch. Have yourself an inning, Ella Dodge. 2-out single does no harm. And we go to the bottom of the third, 7-2 Queens. Well, she just threw an inning. Why not lead off the third? Ella Dodge here in the home half with the Queens leading 7-2. It's 3-4-5. Dodge, Lamar, and Brinkman against Furness. Walking a run for Ella, her first time up. That's time for ball one. Two and 0 from Furness. Ella Dodge trying to reach yet again. It was a 4-pitch walk in the first. Furness clearly just no interest coming inside here. Everything's been away. Four-pitch walk. Down to first base goes Ella Dodge. Lead off a board for the slice. Table set for Layla Lamar, who singled in the first inning. Lamar currently in the portal. Coming from Florida. Time called by Presley Pylon. What an intriguing game. I mean, it was already the game I was most excited about. No offense to the other series, but this, this has been the twistiest on this field at least. And there have just been multiple little extra twists here and there. I mean, you can never count out either team, but they've lofted a few surprises at us each and every game. So here's Lamar. That is sent way, way foul. Man, that was... I think it's on the back tennis courts. Cary, North Carolina native Layla Lamar committed to Florida as a sixth grader in 2018, right before the rule change. Daughter of Duke head coach Marissa Young. See where she ends up. She's going to be on first base here. Second single to left. First and second, nobody out with Brinkman coming up. Brinkman's already got an RBI single. Currently in the portal, coming from Kennesaw State. A lot of people I've talked to, coaches around the country, have been really impressed by this kid. Two and 0. Biggest question probably about the slice, because they've got pitching depth. I know today has been kind of odd, but they do have a good number of arms who've thrown well. Can the bottom of the order produce one of the best top halves in the FGCL? That's a walk to Brinkman. Bases loaded, nobody out. And now here we go. The task goes to 6 through 9. It's Grace Molitor here. She hit into a fielder's choice in the first. 7-2 Queens, but it is precarious right now. Furness suddenly can't find the zone. 1-0. Base is loaded. Big opportunity for the Slice to climb right back in. Over on the other field, bottom of the third there as well. 2-0 Rodeo over the Pioneers. 2-2. We're going to get some water to Sophia Grillo. Two. Molitor on the ground to short. Byram will throw home. And Dodge will touch the plate. A run comes in. They're still loaded. Nobody out. So an error on the throw. And they're still loaded for Bross. What a weird game to score. By the way, Precious Bross is the tying run right now here in the bottom of the third. First pitch foul. She flew out to right earlier and entered today hitting 153 of 20. Does not have an RBI. Sure she'd like to change that. Byram made the right choice. Just short hop the throw to Grillo. Oh and 2. You can sense the belief coming back for the Slice. For obvious reasons. I mean, it was 5-0 Queens. Now Bross in a battle with Furness. Precious, a freshman last year for the Georgia Bulldogs out of Columbia, South Carolina, and is transferring home to go play for Ashley Chastain Woodard. Another foul ball. To short. Here's another chance. There's one. So Lamar cut down on the fielder's choice. Base is still loaded for Riley Gardner. She grounded out in the second. Holt J is on deck. She's got a lot of pop in her bat. Strike one to Gardner. Dyersville, Iowa native. Started her career at Illinois State. and went to Minnesota. Now looking to spend her final year of eligibility somewhere. 0-2. The 1-2. Foul. This has been a laborious inning for Maddie Furness. A lot of foul balls, a lot of long battles. 2-2. Foul again. And Nesbitt is going to come out and run for Brinkman. Gardner will step back in. Another 2-2. Full count. Man, what a war. What else does Furness have to throw at Gardner right here? Payoff with the bases loaded. Gardner, slow roller to third. Easy play at home for Doyle. Fielder's choice keeps him loaded. But there's the second out, and now the Slice will look for something from Lily Holtje. Power threat in the 9 spot. Freshman last year for Arizona State, who transferred to FAU. She has a home run in this series. Ball 1. Foul ball. Over on the other field, bottom of the third, tied up at 2, Pioneers and Rodeo. What different games we have. Ooh, a little high. 2-1. On deck is Shaw. Then you got Shaver waiting behind. This is when the Slice get dangerous. She's looking for something from the bottom of the order. Over to second base. What a job by Furness. Bases loaded, nobody out, and only 1 run will come in. We go to the 4th, 7-3 Queens. 7-3 Queens over the slice. Julia Desiderio will start off here in the second. Ella Dodge back in the circle, and Desiderio sends it to left on the first pitch she sees. Gardner makes the catch. One down. That was smashed by Julia Desiderio. First pitch ball to Bella Ruggiero is 0 for 1 with a walk and a pop out. Bella redshirted last year for Florida State. West Palm Beach, Florida native. Talked about her in the Twin 24 Alliance All-Star Games. Played with the U18 USA national team. And she sends that out to right. And that is off the top of the fence and barely over. Bella Ruggiero gets the hop. Extra run for the Queens. It's 8-3. That hit the top of the fence and fell over. Lamar and Shaw were both there waiting. First pitch strike to Jemiah Byram. She's 1 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored. High, 1-1. One and two. There's that changeup from Dodge. Yes, that is Ella Dodge, by the way, pitching for the slice. In case you're just joining us, this is the fourth arm used. Queens trying to win game 3. Slice looking for the sweep. And there's a strikeout. Ella Dodge, after the home run, comes back and gets the K. One inside to Anna Land, who's got 2 RBIs, is 0 for 1. Two and 0 now. Well, if Land reaches, Dodge will face her Tennessee teammate Amaya Doyle. And Land will reach. Base hit to left. Second hit of the inning, and here we go. This will be fun. Ella Dodge versus Amaya Doyle. Lady Vol versus Lady Vol. Doyle's 2 for 2 with an RBI. She takes it high for ball 1. Brinkman can't find it. Landl takes second. 3-0. Called strike. Doyle trying to get another RBI in this game. Got a piece, full count. I think kind of no matter what happens on this next pitch, unless it's something casual like a walk, Tennessee's probably getting this video. Payoff is ball 4. So first and second, 2 outs. Natalia Colon, single and a pop out. Foul ball. Colon, the native of Clifton Park, New York. Freshman last year for the Lancers. Now down 1-2. Colon will step back in. Dodge, a little bit more of a complicated inning than her first. Good stop by Brinkman, 2-2. Swing and a miss. And that'll end the inning. Third strikeout for Dodge. 2 left stranded, but 1 run does come in on the Bella Ruggiero solo homer. Sliced back down by 5. Going to the bottom of the 4th. 8-3 Queens as we go to the bottom of the fourth. And the new pitcher for the Queens is Ella Brooks. North Iowa Area Community College looking for a new home. 6.44 ERA, 3-1 record. 25 innings, 32 hits, 24 runs, 23 of those earned, 20 walks, and 9 strikeouts. She'll face the top of the slice order, Shaw, Shaver, Dodge. And ball 1 to Kylie Shaw, who's 0 for 1 with a hit by pitch. 3 innings for Maddie Furness. 4 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 3 walks, and no strikeouts. Shaw laces that out to right field. She was thinking about it. Now she'll hightail it back to first. Leadoff single for Shaw. I'm just going to say this. I just feel like we got a couple more chapters in this book between the slicing queens. I just don't think it's going to be clear cut. I mean, it is the bottom of the fourth. There is so much softball left to be played for both sides. Lexi Shaver outside for ball 1. Shaver with a solo homer in the first and a fielder's choice in the second. Two and 0. There's a strike. Shaver in the air on the right side, and that'll drop foul. Hit and run popped up. Shaw is going to have to retreat. Doyle finds it in foul ground for the first out. So will Ella Dodge have an official at bat? She's walked twice and scored twice. She'd love to see a strike, I'm sure. Both were 4-pitch walks. It's over to first. Land won't throw to second. 2 down. Now Layla Lamar, who's 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. Ball 1. Lamar out towards center field. Charlton will back up, and it's gone. 3 for 3 day for Layla Lamar. 8-5 Queens. Slice, chopping back into it. For Layla Lamar, another home run. That's number 6 here this year. She's now got 16 RBIs. And Presley Pylon will have a word with Brooks. Man, Layla Lamar, good gracious. The average is now at 500. And up comes Emma Brinkman. 1 for 1 with an RBI single and a walk. Strike one. Brinkman to left. And backing up to make the grab is the waiting Howell to end the inning. But 2 runs for the slice because why not? And after a big 4th inning, it's 8-5 Queens. Well, another inning of relief for Ella Dodge. Bottom of the order. First pitch strike to Howell. Howell, Blakely, Lewis. 8-5 the Queens lead. That one low, 1-1. Carissa Howell is 0 for 2 with an RBI. Howell out to left center. Shaw gets there. Howell will stay at first base. Leadoff single for the Queens here in the 5th. Which sends up Ava Blakely, who struck out in the 3rd and grounded out in the 1st. She went, I think. Ball got away. Ooh, okay. 1-0. Popped foul, 1-1. What an odd way to wrap up our week. Slow and away, 2-1. Tell you what, Ella Dodge also wastes absolutely zero time. I mean, we are hustling and bustling to get these pitches in. Moving very quickly. 2-2. Lifted over the head of a shortstop Molitor, and this will bring in Howell. And then the throw got away. RBI single. 9-5 Queens, and another runner in scoring position. And an error will allow Blakely to take second base. There's a lot of yelling over on the other field. Here's why. Randy DeLong just had a 3-run homer for the Rodeo, top 5. They now lead at 5-2 over the Pioneers. Now have a 10-hitter, Sav Lewis, 1 for 2 with a ground out and a single. Bunted. Dodge will field and then throw nowhere. Shaw is coming to cover second. Lewis will slide in there. I believe that'll go down as a double since she never stopped running. And there was never a throw from Dodge, so second and third, nobody out. And here's Taya Charlton, 1 for 2. She scored twice. A double, a walk, and a line out. She's trying to improve her resume for some awards. And also, more importantly for the Queens, create some vital separation. Three and out. There's a strike. 3-1. Ball 4 away from Brinkman. 10-5. Lewis took third. They're on the corners yet again. Now Julia Desiderio, newest Florida Gator, transferring there from South Carolina. Desiderio entered today, hitting .429 with 7 RBIs. Flew out on a long hit to left. Was caught by Gardner right in front of the fence. And she does represent the run rule margin run. Still nobody out in this inning. The Queens are just finally figuring out Ella Dodge. Now Brinkman's going to get some water from Emma Myatt. Charlton will probably take off fairly quickly. Oh, Desiderio bunts it. The play at the plate is not in time. And no one's at second. The squeeze against the slice makes it 11-5. So it's an RBI fielder's choice for Desiderio. Lewis scored. Charlton at third. There's Bella Ruggiero. Already a home run today against Dodge. 1 for 2 with a walk. Queens have just kept the slice at arm's length all day. Starting with a 5-run top of the first. And each time the slice has gotten something, the Queens have found a way to answer. Ruggiero checked over the head of Molitor. Charlton's in. Ruggiero will head to second. RBI single, 12-5. And she took second on the throw. Up comes Jemiah Byram, 1 for 3. Fielder's choice, RBI single and a strikeout. Byram to Shaw in center. She'll glove it. The throw home is cut. There's the first out of the inning. Which brings up Anna Land, 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs. Now with 4 ribbies on the summer. Boy, what's Dodge's pitch count now? 60 pitches for Ella Dodge. Two and out. Popped up. Ella Dodge is definitely going to get that. You know, talk about somebody who could probably pop a little PFP. 2 down. In steps Amaya Doyle. 2 for 2 with an RBI and a walk. Pair of singles for Doyle today. Facing off against her Tennessee teammate. Got away from Brinkman. Everyone will stay where they are. Nice pitch, 1-1. Doyle sends this on the infield. Dodge will handle. And 3 straight outs will end the inning. 4 runs do come in for the Queens, but not in run rule territory, and it's 12-5. Slice will look to answer. All right. Well, what else you got? 12-5, Queens and Slice. Bottom 5. We still got so much softball left. It's a 7-run lead for the Queens, which been there. We're trying to win game 3, salvage a game in the series. Slice looking to sweep. They're going to have to pull off what they did in game 1 of this series. And they've got 6, 7, 8 due up, Mauldin, Bross, and Gardner. Against Ella Brooks, who came in the last inning. Give up a couple runs, but that's all. Grace Mauldin 0 for 2. Fielder's choice and an error. It's off the end over to the new second baseman, Kirsten Almua. 1 down. That's the lone defensive change for the Queens. Almua in to play second base. And up comes Precious Bross. Fly out in the fielder's choice today. Ball 1. That's heading foul. Two and two. Those birds flew a little low. Full count. Good hold by Bross. Not quite sure what you do with that pitch. It was a ball. Now the payoff. Called strike 3. Brooks comes inside and gets her looking. Really nicely done by Ella Brooks. Hudson, Wisconsin native, a freshman last year for North Iowa area CC. Gardner swings and misses. 0-1. 0 for 2. The ground out and fielder's choice. Swinging away and comes up empty there. 1-2. In the air towards left. This is a little bit of trouble. The Howell, with her speed, is able to get there. And Brooks gets a 1-2-3 inning. Man, Howell was sprinting across the whole outfield to get there. And now we go to the 6th. Queens up by 7. "12-5 Queens." Ella Dodge back out to pitch for her 4th inning of work. It's 7-8-9. Almua, Howell, and Blakely. Kirsten Almua will start things. Freshman last year for State College of Florida from Hauula, Hawaii. 8 of 24, 333 average with 6 RBIs, a double and a run. Beg your pardon, 3 runs scored for Almua. Kirsten Almua to center. Shaw will find it for the first out. Carissa Howell 1 for 3 with a single, an RBI, and a run. Sky to left. This is Gardner. 2 down. So 3 pitches, 2 outs. Here comes Ava Blakely, 1 for 3 with an RBI single. Strikeout and a ground out. That RBI was her 5th this summer. skips away, 1-1. Field 2 scoreboard update. It is 6-2 Rodeo over the Pioneers, top of the 6th over there. Same as us. Oh, wow. 2-2. Dodge buzzed the tower a bit there. Full count. Blakely out to right. Long run for Lamar, and she can't come up with the catch. Blakely will go to second. That'll be an E9. Fourth error of the day by the Slice. And now Lewis, who is 2 for 3. Double single run scored here in this game. Out towards center and now deep short. Molitor makes the catch. And despite the 2-out error, nothing else generated by the Queens. We go to the bottom of the 6th. The Queens up by 7. That's been a story before. We'll see if the Slice can do what they've done already in this series or if the Queens can shut it down. Well, here we go. Bottom 6, 12-5 Queens over the Slice. Holt J. Shaw Shaver. As I mentioned, Slice has been here before, so have the Queens. So is Ella Brooks in the circle. Ball 1 to Holt J. Two and out. Over to third, knocked down by Doyle. She'll recover and get the out. Now back to the top of the order with Shaw, 1 for 2 with a run. It's hit by a pitch as well. Strike 1. Ooh, whoops. 1-1. The other thing I'll say, last comp, the bottom of the sixth, when the slice got back in it, also started with a ground out. Then they put up 6. Shaw out to center field. Charlton, good job getting in front of it and holding the lead off to a single. And then here we go. Lexi Shaver is 1 for 3 with a solo homer, a fielder's choice, and a foul out. On the portaling Lexi Shaver went in officially, I believe yesterday was when she officially got the papers cleared. Gray Robertson, producer Gracie up here in the tower as we have been all week. Out to right. Blakely's got it. There's out number 2. Which will bring up Ella Dodge. 0 for 1 with 2 walks and 2 runs. Dodge to center. Her first hit today. Shaw stays at second. Two on, 2 out for Layla Lamar, who's 3 for 3 with a 2-run homer her last time up. It was Lamar's 3-run homer in game 1 that kind of gave everybody a little bit of pause. Showed that the Slice were still in it. Can she replicate here in game 3? Tried to, but fouled off. 0-1. Lamar calls time. Oh, 2. Doyle has it at third. The throw is in time, and that'll end the inning. No big 6th this time for the Slice, and we go to the 7th, 12-5. No time to dilly-dally. We go to the 7th, top of the order for the Queens. Charlton, Desiderio, and Ruggiero. Ella Dodge is going to finish this game. Charlton is 1 for 2 with 3 runs scored. She's walked twice. Called strike, 1-1. There's ball 4. So Charlton takes her 3rd walk of the day. Desiderio, I should say, lifts it to left. Charlton hustles to 3rd. Single for Desiderio. She'll reach 2nd on the throw. 2nd and 3rd for the Queens with nobody out. In a spot currently where if the rodeo wins, if this score holds, the Slice will go from potentially being 3rd all the way down to 6th in the standings. Ruggiero takes ball 1. Busy book for Bella. 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs and a walk. Has a home run. That was in the 4th. That's a fair ball down the first base line. Charlton scores. Desiderio comes in. How about a kind of kooky 2 RBI single? And it's 14-5. Strike 1 to Jemiah Byram. 1 for 4 with an RBI. Two and 1. Well, Dodge is taking one for the team here today. Slice ran through pitchers, not 100% sure why, but I'm sure everyone will be happy to have an off day tomorrow. And so Dodge came in the 3rd. Has given up 7 runs. That is popped out. That's going to be out of play. Foul ball. Ball 4. Oh, she went. I'll say Byram went around. First down of the inning. Another strikeout for Dodge. Give her 4. 1 gone. Anna Land. 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs. She'll take strike 1. On the infield, Dodge will take it herself. There's out number 2. For Shero. Come on. 2 away. Just, that was an elite fake. Now one more battle between the Lady Vols. Ella Dodge and Amaya Doyle. Doyle 2 for 3 with an RBI and a walk. Strike 1. Amaya Doyle out to left. Gardner will track it and make the catch against the fence. Amaya Doyle gave it a ride, but Ella Dodge gets out of the inning, and the 2 runs are all that come across for the Queens. 14-5 going to the bottom of the 7th here on field 1. Last chance for the slice, trying to get the sweep. Queens look like they're going to take this and salvage game 3 and stay in the mix in the FGCL standings. But got to get these last 3 outs. Brinkman, Molitor, Bross, 5, 6, 7. Strike 1 to Emma Brinkman. She's 1 for 2. RBI single, walk, and a fly out. Ella Brooks has handled herself well. And the slice, I think, have just run out of steam. Grace Molitor, 0 for 3. Three now. And a 4-pitch walk. What's the phrase? A journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step. It's going to basically be 1,000 miles to get 9 here in the 7th. But you got to start somewhere. Brooks just looking for outs. Just trying to end the week with a win for the Queens. That's another ball. Precious Bros is 0 for 3. Fly outfielder's choice and a strikeout. Sounds like they're done over on the other field. Bros. High. Wow. Barehand Doyle. No way. A high chopper. And she said, I got it. Don't worry. 2 down. Oh, come on. Stop it. The rodeo did win over on the other field. And now Riley Gardner will try and extend the game. First pitch out to left, and backing up is Carissa Howell. That'll do it. The Queens avoid the sweep with a dominant back-to-normal victory. 14-5, your final score. And the DeSoto Queens move up to 9-3 on the summer. The slice will fall to 7-5. And that'll wrap up all the action here this week in the FGCL. So we'll give you a look at Monday's schedule before we all go home. That'll be Monday the 30th. Field 1, 9:30 a.m., Rivermox and Queens. Field 2, Aquanaut Circus. Noon Eastern Time, Rodeo Finns Field 1, Sea Cows and Skeeters Field 2. 2:30 Eastern, Squeeze and Impact Field 1, Nears and Slice Field 2. For producer Gracie, I'm Gray Robertson. Thanks for joining us here all week. We'll see you on Monday. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody.